If you want to invest in US companies such as Apple, Amazon, Tesla, as you're looking for a fund that invests into these companies, at the same time too, you don't want to break the bank you don't have a lot of cash to do so, and you're looking for a way to invest into these companies as a beginner with reduced risk, then this video is for you, because we're going to talk about investing in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. And so that is what we're going to talk about today. So if you are interested in this content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then click on the notification bell, so whenever we upload videos like this, you're one of the first people to see it. Now let's dive straight into the video. So like I said, we're going to talk about how you can invest in an ETF in Ghana from the comfort of your home using mobile money. And so it's going to be a very detailed video. I'm going to explain what an ETF is. We're going to talk about the ETF VOO. We'll talk about how you can buy it using the Bamboo app. Then we're also going to talk about some tips and some tricks and some strategies for beginners on how they can invest and then make money from this. Now, this video is not financial advice. We are interested in personal finance and we want you to make it financially, and so we bring you content like this for educational purposes and for edutainment purposes. And so if you want to take your advice in this video, make sure you consult a licensed financial advisor before you do so. Okay, so now before we dive into how to buy it, let's talk about the ETF VOO. So what is VOO? VOO stands for Vanguard S&P 500. This is an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, which is the 500 of the best performing companies, of the largest companies on the US stock market. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. These are companies that we all know and we know what they do already. And so the VOO tracks the S&P 500, which has these companies in it. Now, what is the ETF? ETF basically stands for Exchange Traded Fund. Exchange Traded Fund, which is basically a collection of equities in a stock which can be traded on an exchange. So that's why I said that it tracks the S&P 500, that is 500 of the largest US companies, as what this VOO, that is Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, that's what basically it does. So let's talk about why you should consider investing in VOO. Now the first one is diversification. Like as I explained, you are investing in multiple companies, not one. So what this means basically is that instead of just say buying shares in Google, then you buy shares in Amazon, then you buy shares in Tesla, and you buy shares in, all these 500 companies. When you buy one share of VOO, basically you are buying a percentage of all these companies and many more in it. That's what basically you are doing when you buy one share of VOO, which just means basically you are diversifying your risk. So instead of having to buy it like one by one, and then if one company does go up or come down, it's going to affect your portfolio. When you buy VOO, it's going to balance out, because if one company goes down in value, another company will rise up in value, and so it's going to diversify your risk at the same time to give you some safety and peace of mind. So it is great for beginners, because then they don't have to also worry about buying all these companies, especially when you don't have a lot of funds to do so. Now, the second reason why you should consider this fund is because of the low fees. Now, it has one of the lowest expense ratios in the industry, which is about 0.03%. That is the expense ratio of VOO. So as compared to other ETFs, its expense ratio is lower. So that makes it another good reason why you should consider buying it. Now, the third reason is steady growth. So over time, and that is historically, the S&P 500 has given us, good returns, an annualized return of about 8 to 10% average annual returns. And so that is the average annual returns you get from investing in the S&P 500. And VOO is tracking the S&P 500. So that means that, averagely, that's the return you get from that investment. And so that's also another good reason why you should buy VOO. So now let's talk about how you can buy VOO. Now, in order to buy VOO as a Ghanaian or a Nigerian, you need to use the Bamboo app. And the Bamboo app allows Ghanaians to buy shares, ETFs, and stocks, basically stocks, using mobile money or Visa card. And so this is how it works. So you go to your Play Store, you go to your App Store, then you download the app. Now, after downloading the app, the next thing you need to do is to sign up, you enter in all your details and all those things. Then you use my referral code at the bottom of this, the bottom to do so. Now, if you also need a video on the Bamboo app and how to use it itself, just leave a comment. I'll send it to you, and you can look at how you can use a Bamboo app to buy the shares and all these things. Now, after doing so, you have now logged into the app. So now you're going to scroll to the top of the screen. You see where you go to the top of the screen, you see there's a place that is written search. So search for VOO. When you search for VOO, look for Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. That's what we are looking for. So after you search for VOO, you see that its price is around $500 and something dollars. It's around $500. And so now that is it. Now the good thing about this is that you don't need all the $500 to buy VOO. You just need a fraction, and that fraction you need is $10. So with $10, you can buy that fraction and keep on topping it up over time to be increasing the amount of VOO that you have. And so very simple. You click on it, you buy now, and that is it. You are good to go. That is how you buy the shares. So now let's talk about the next section, which is how does your investment grow? How do you grow your investment over time, and how do you make money from buying an ETF? And so it's simple. An ETF, you make money from buying an ETF the same way you make money from buying a dividend stock. That is, you make money from capital appreciation. That is when you buy the share at a certain price, and then the share increases in price, then you make money when you sell it. So that is the first one, for capital appreciation or capital gain. Now the second way you make money is through dividends. Now what are dividends? So dividends are an amount that is paid to the shareholder as a reward for keeping the share. So for example, VOO pays dividends quarterly. And so when you own VOO, you get paid dividends quarterly. Now, because VOO is more of a growth ETF, more than a dividend ETF, so they have ETFs that are specialized for dividends. And so those ones, their dividend yields will be higher than VOO, that is a mainly growth ETF, which you make. So for growth ETFs, the main way you make money is from capital appreciation. That's what I mean by that. And so when the dividends you get paid are quarterly, and then so you get some money without you even having to sell your VOO stock. Now, if you're a beginner watching the video, I have some tips for you. Now, the first is to start small. You don't need thousands of dollars to start by investing in ETFs. Whatever little you have, just start with it and then keep on increasing it gradually over time. Consistency matters more than the quantity of money you have to start with. You may not have all the money to start with it now, but if you start little by little, you'll be surprised as to how much you have in a year's time. Now, the next one is to think long term. Now, the market goes up and the market comes down. The market rise and fall. That's why you have what we call the bull market, you have the bear market. The market, there are times when the market is doing very well, and there are times when the market is not. But don't panic. That's why you need to understand the fundamentals. So you have to understand why you're investing in it. You understand the companies on the ETF. So you understand that, okay, these companies are on the yes, they may not be doing well now. Maybe this is the reason why. So once you understand all this, it helps you take a more informed decision and allows you to think long term. Now, diversify. Even though VOO is great, like there are other ETFs out there. So there is SCHD, there is VTI, there is KILL. There are many ETFs out there. So what you need to do is to do more research to decide on why you want to choose VOO against other ETFs, or if you want to buy individual stocks instead of ETFs. So make a more informed decision, because when you make a more informed decision, then it allows you to be able to plan your investment future. They can create a portfolio that earns you money consistently, either monthly, quarterly, or annually, based on how you plan and structure your portfolio. So thank you guys for watching the video. We have videos on how you can invest in REITs. We have videos on how to just buy individual stocks using the Bamboo app. All these videos are there for you. If you want to watch them, just go to the channel and look for it, or leave a comment so you'll be directed to it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.